So I'm just about to head out, do some editing somewhere different, change it up a little bit. But the one thing I need is a headset, and do you think in this whole house I can find one? No, of course not. No. What this video today is gonna be is pretty much a description of how we're choosing to make our family, like explaining the process that we are going through. And I actually found a video that Alicia had filmed by herself explaining that. It was something that we talked about doing, that we felt we needed to do, but weren't quite sure where to start, I suppose. So anyway, Alicia filmed this whole thing herself, which is awesome, because before, when we first started discussing this, she was really nervous and she's actually quite shy. So to her, like, standing here recording herself is quite a big deal, and I suppose it is for anybody, but she did an awesome job, so I don't want to mess around with it too much. I want to try to keep it in its original state if I can. So I'm going to play it now.
There we go. So hopefully you can see. Whoa, no, we don't want that. We're thinking about getting a bracket to make that sit there permanently. But yeah, anyway, so I'm supposed to be studying, reading about approaching disability, critical issues and perspectives. But let's be real, that's boring. But anyway, I thought I'd just have a chat while we're waiting, get some info down. So basically, Hayley and I are trying to start a family. We're going through the IVF process, which isn't really a big deal, I suppose. You know, everyone does it. It is what it is. We can't do it ourselves. We tried for 12 months plus trying to have a baby by ourselves through AI. Just didn't work. So we're going to get some science happening. Give us a hand. Help us grow our baby. But the special thing about our IVF experience is that we will be doing what is called reciprocal IVF. So basically, Hayley explained it a bit earlier, but we will be so we both go through the process together. While we both take sort of separate paths, we both experience every part of it. So we've decided that we're going to use Hayley's eggs to make the embryos. So that means Hayley gets to go on the 3 lots of injections. I honestly forgot their names, but she'll get the 3 injections. We've both actually been on the pill for the last 20 odd days. And it's really just messed with us so much. Like, I am an emotional wreck half the time, and Hayley is just a cranky. She's very cranky lately. She has a very short temper. She just doesn't have any motivation. I'll admit I struggle to find the motivation to get out of bed, but we're managing, we're coping, we're getting through. But anyway, so Hayley, after this, after the pill, once we get our period, Hayley will go on the injections. She'll go on that for like however many days. I want to say 8, but I think that's wrong. And then they'll harvest her eggs. I don't like that word, harvest her eggs. They will go in, they'll collect them, they'll do what they do with them. They're gonna insert, we actually bought some sperm the other week. We bought 2 straws of sperm, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, that's sitting there waiting for Hayley's eggs, and then they will thaw those, I suppose, or one of them, and they will inseminate every egg that we get. So we're hoping for a lot of eggs. I think there's a lot of pressure on Hayley to produce a lot of eggs, but I mean, it's one of those things, you can't control it. You don't know what you're gonna get, and every cycle is different, so we're just hoping to get a good result. We did that AMH blood test where it tells you how many follicles, I think it is. Anyway, the average is between like 10 and 30, and we got like 13 and 14. We were kind of like, oh, really? Is that all? But after the stimulating drugs and things like that, you know, maybe that'll increase, or I don't know how it works, to be honest. I'm not really that medical person. But yeah, so Hayley's eggs will get collected, they'll get fertilized with the sperm, and hopefully we get some embryos out of that. We've decided, well, our fertility clinic, Rainbow Fertility, is they aim for 5-day blastocysts before transfer. So I'm not sure exactly how it works. If we get, say, 8 embryos, if we can maybe freeze some at day 3 or somewhere there, so some that are looking good at day 3, we can go, yep, let's put them aside for now and continue with the rest of them. That might be good, because then day 3 is still viable, they can still use them. But we're not sure if that'll be an option to us. We do plan on asking, I suppose, a bit closer to the time. But anyway, they aim for 5-day blastocysts, so depending on how many we get, I suppose might depend on what they let us do. It'd be good to freeze some at day 3. It'd be good to then pick the best one out of all of the day 5 ones, if there are multiples, to put in for the transfer, and then freeze the rest. So we could have some frozen at day 5 and some frozen at day 3, which I think that'd almost be ideal. I feel like it's a good mix of eggs. But anyway, so, or embryos at that point, aren't they? But so what was I saying? Sorry. So yeah, hopefully we get a good egg retrieval. We're hoping for, look, I don't know what a practical number is. I feel like, I don't know, I want to say like 8, 10, but I don't know if that's too high a goal. You know, Hayley's sister did IVF and she only got 3. All 3 of them fertilized. No, they didn't. Sorry, one of them didn't make it, and they put 1 in for transfer, which worked. It was a successful transfer, and she's now got a beautiful baby boy. Oh, he's not a baby anymore, he's 18 months old and he's a terror, but he's still a beautiful young man. And yeah, so she's only got 1 left. So I mean, and that could be a successful transfer as well, and she could get the family that she wants from the 3 embryos that she got. But I want more. We'll see what happens. I'll take what I can get, though. If we only get 1, we get 1. We're just fingers crossed that that's the one we needed. That was the one that was supposed to be. Anyway, so once all that's said and done, so the eggs will be retrieved. Hayley is pretty well done. The only reason Hayley will need to do anything again for this IVF process is if we run out of embryos and we need to recycle, and not recycle as in reuse, but like redo the cycle and do some more egg retrieval. But fingers crossed that doesn't happen, because I really just don't think it's something she wants to do, but she will do it. So yeah, so they'll retrieve her eggs, they'll grow the embryos to 5-day blastocysts, and then throughout all that I will have been on a nasal spray and pessaries. I forgot what they're for, what they're called, but they're basically going to put my body into hibernation and get my uterus lining really ripe and ready to carry a baby, which will be fun. So between us, Hayley's going to be bloated as... She's going to be like a big balloon, I can imagine. She's going to feel like a big balloon anyway. Just with the amount of bloating that can occur throughout the growing of the what do you call them? The follicles, that's it. So, because they're trying to grow as many as they can. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully she doesn't get overstimulated, but yeah, nothing we can do until it's happening. But yeah, so she's going to be bloated, and I'm probably just going to be feeling like poo. Really, for lack of a better descriptor. The nasal spray is apparently not very fun, nor are the injections. And the pessaries, I suppose, they are what they are. They're not nice, but we'll do it. Yeah, so we're gonna have our retrieval, we're gonna grow the little embryos, and then I suppose our doctor will pick the best looking one and prep me up and put it in. And then it's all just fingers crossed, waiting for that beloved 2-week wait. One of our many 2-week waits. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Once we get through all that, I suppose we'll let you know. But that's where we're at right now. So we're just finishing the pill. We're about to start all our needles and jabbies and snorties. Yeah. But actually, Hayley was explaining earlier, so aside from all that, the reason we're doing this whole video recording, vlogging, YouTubing, whatever you want to call it, is, so obviously, Hayley and I, we're a lesbian couple. We're trying to have a family. It's not always that easy. I mean, we've seen a lot of successful AIs, which is artificial inseminations, where they pretty much, they get the fresh sperm, they chuck it in the lady, and all goes well. But we were unsuccessful for over a year, so we, yeah, like I said a bit before, got that science in. So pretty much the reason we're doing this whole video recording is there's not a lot of info for us out there, and by all means, what we've found has been amazingly helpful and very motivating. Hayley actually watches this one channel on YouTube daily. She's just always watching what's happening in their life and how they're coping. And they did reciprocal IVF, and they've got a little one running around now, and I think they've got a second pregnancy now. So yeah, I think it's really just motivating, and it's sort of just, you know, it works, it's doable, it's gonna be rewarding. And, you know, watching that family go through it and having their recordings of their experiences and their journey, I suppose, has really helped Hayley, I suppose, more than anyone, because I haven't really watched it, I just listened to it in the background, but it's really sort of helped us to do what we're doing and what to expect and when. But, you know, all these people, they're like this family in particular, they're in the States. There's a couple of others that are overseas somewhere, I couldn't tell you where, but there's no one that we've found so far that's here in Australia, in our country. So we thought, you know, while it's all relevant, you know, we'd like to sort of shout out and say, hey, we're here, we're in Australia, we're doing it. We are currently going through reciprocal IVF. We are a lesbian couple who can't marry here in Australia, which sucks so much. We're engaged, but our country doesn't legalize gay marriage. We could travel overseas and get married and come back, and they'll be like, yeah, hey, you're married, but they won't let us marry here. So anyway, in this country that still doesn't legalize things like that, you know, for us to be on the internet putting it out there that we're doing this is sort of, I suppose, something different.